Today, I'm going to talk about 8 things I've learned in order to succeed in life. Come and join me. In order to understand how to be successful, you have to define what success is. And that is going to be the person who you want to be. But who are you? That is the question. And what defines you? That can be answered by your finances, your social status, your physical fitness, emotional well-being, and your spiritual state. But at the end of the day, you pick and choose what defines you. And in that broad category, what will define you when you're successful? And the path from point A to point B is your journey to success. One parameter that can easily be described are your finances. But how do you describe your finances? Well, it's easy. The question is, what is your net worth? That is just one area which you could measure. And the net worth is going to be the difference between how much assets you have versus how much liabilities you have. The difference being is your net worth. Now, the question is, how much net worth are you currently versus how much net worth you would want to be at that point? Or you could have cash flow as other definitions, and those are variations in aspects of your finances. Now that we've described the journey, we'll discuss the 8 things which will help you achieve your goal to be successful. The first one is learn from people who've already achieved success. And this pertains to each field that you want to be successful in. One example would be finances. There would be 2 definitions of pathways. One would be financial freedom. The other one would be financial security. So for people who are in that journey for financial freedom, one of the people who actually inspired me is Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. Really good book to read, and it helps you give a mindset and a big difference on understanding how money works, how finances are different between a perspective from the rich person versus a poor person. Number 2, plan your pathway. Planning. What are you going to be planning for? Is it going to be a 10-year span, a 5-year span, a 1 year? Your plan should have direct measurable goals, and this includes your vision, what you want to be, how are you going to be there, and what steps are you going to be taking. For people who are successful, they are problem solvers. You have to be thinking about what are you going to do in order to get from point A to point B. Number 3, network. Network with people on the same journey. It's harder traveling alone, but when you're with a group, especially in the era where you have social media, the internet, where you can connect with people across the globe, working with like-minded people provides resources, a helping hand that can point you towards the right direction. Now that you've clearly stated your goal and you have a plan and a community working with you towards that goal, now you have to develop your habits. Habits are very important because these are going to be the things that you would be performing routinely in order to keep up and performing the task that is required to achieve that goal. Number 5, grow beyond your comfort zone and above your limiting beliefs. What does this mean? So every time you're trying to grow, there's going to be that edge that basically you're doing things which are uncomfortable, things that cause pain. Whenever you're trying to grow, there's going to be risk that you're going to be taking. There's going to be things which you have to learn, things which are new, things which are unfamiliar. And sometimes you'll be starting again as a student, trying to learn, work twice as hard, but it is part of growing. And it is something that you need to have as an attitude in order to actually be better the next day. Don't limit yourself to actually write your goals on what you can achieve based on what you are right now, because every day you are changing. Number 6, we talked about growth, and of course with growth you have to scale. If you're working and you're earning X and you want to get 100X, the question is, what are you going to do? There's only 24 hours a day. And that's where thinking outside the box and learning different things that would basically not just compound but also multiply streams of revenue would be increasing in order to achieve your goal. Number 7, take action. The difference between people who daydream and achieve success is action. You have to take action. You are not going to get there by accident. Take action. You have to take the first step. If you keep consuming content, watching videos, networking, chatting, but you never take the first step, then you're never going to get 1 foot closer to your goal. And lastly, when you do take your first step, which people are afraid, there's a chance that you will stumble. If you fail, learn the lesson and keep trying. You take the first step, couple steps down the road, there's a roadblock. You fail. You only fail when you quit. What I would look at it is you learn. And from that learning process, you become a better person, better equipped to avoid the same mistake next time and be a better judgment. With that, we're going to take a recap on the things that you need to take home. Number 1, where are you right now in your journey and where do you want to be? Who's going to be the person you're looking for to be that person who you want to be? What is your plan? Start it right now. Start looking for people who are going to be on the same boat with your journey and start working on habits in order to make that plan 1 step closer every day. Start working above your comfort zone. It's going to be a little bit painful, but start pushing. Start scaling and then take action. And if you fail, get up, because we're here to support one another. With that said, thank you very much. This is Paul Del Prado for Achieving Success Through Failure.